Hi, and welcome to my unboxing. I have just received this deck in the post, and it is one that I have been looking for and waiting for quite some time. So I'm very excited to get the Everyday Witch. I have just taken the plastic off the box. I haven't actually opened it. I haven't actually peeked inside yet at all. So very interested and happy to have a look and see what we've got. First thing that I want to say, it's my favorite kind of box. These magnetic clip boxes are always my absolute favorite. I like that they're quite sturdy and they're quite strong, and obviously the size of the box tells me that there's going to be a nice book inside for us to have a look at. On the back, let's just have a look. It says black cats, pointed hats, and magic brooms too. All the kind of things that we like. Right, so let's flip it open and let's have a look and see what we have. Right, so opening the cover, we have got a lovely guidebook. I do believe it is a full color guidebook. We have a nice ribbon here to make for easy pulling out. So let's give it a pull and see what we get. Okay, so the guidebook, nice and thick. Oh, look at the coloring on the inside. Oh, I like that, space for notes. Oh, I do like that. Okay, so when we look at the particular card, you have all the relevant information, continuing on to the next page, and then a page for notes. Oh, I like that. I might actually do that. I've never written a book before, but I quite like the idea because that'll really help you to get into the card and into the symbols and the imagery and all the rest of it. Oh, I think that is... Does it do that for the minor as well? It does indeed. Look at that, Four of Swords. So we have the information on the Four of Swords. Oh, but there's no notes. Okay, so for the minor arcana, we don't have notes. We only have notes for the major arcana. But I have to say that I'm one of those people who would normally tell you that I don't mind if the little book is in black and white only. But actually, I'm quite liking that it's... I'm going to assume it's a full size. We'll do a comparison just now. And I quite like that it's the full color because, you know, then if you really want to get into the particular deck, you can do that with the book alone and not have the... Oh, there were. I saw a notes there. Why was there a notes there? Sorry. Is there a particular reason? No, Six of Cups. And then suddenly a notes page. Oh, interesting. I wonder. I suppose we'll have to read to understand more. And there's another notes. Okay, so maybe there's just every now and again that there's a notes page because I see there are a couple of them. Oh, but I am loving the cards, right? I'm just going through the back of the book to see if there's anything else interesting. The back of the book. Okay, so we've got the standard Celtic cross, and it looks like a slightly different version of the Celtic cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I also do that way, but we're not seeing the traditional cross here. Let's just see what they say here. Card 1 represents the general environment or the reader or the sitter. Card 2 is the situation, the question or problem being dealt with. Foundation for 3. 4 is what is in the past. 5 is outside interactions and other impacts. 6 is the future. So it's about the same way that I normally do my Celtic cross. Just want to see if there was anything else. No. And then we've got, the Three of Cups, of course, my favorite. And some others there. All right, so well, that's actually a lovely book. I'm quite excited for that. So let's now have a look back into the box. There's plastic covering on here, so let's just use the ribbon and pull the cards out. I love those ribbon boxes. Right, let's get the box out the way. That's the back of the deck. So immediately, I mean, it's truly stunning, but one of the first thing that comes is that you couldn't really use this then for reversals, because when you shuffled the deck you would see exactly which cards were upright and which ones weren't. So that would show that this is not really a good one for reversals. It's not an edged deck. I love the fact that it is borderless. I'm one of those people that just loves borderless decks. So I need to cut the plastic off. Let's cut the plastic off. I'm always so scared that I damage the cards at this point. You know, you just get your cards and the last thing you want to do is damage them, but I seem to be doing okay. I've had a bit of experience taking plastic off cards because I have purchased a few in my day. Right, so let me put them down. Pick up the first one, which is the full. It is quite a thin cardstock. That is the first thing I notice. It's not overly slippery. It is quite glossy. You can see there with the light reflecting on it. It is quite glossy. But it's quite a nice cardstock. I have to say to you that size-wise, I'm quite happy with it. It's not excessively big for somebody like me with small hands. I wanted to compare in the book. Let me just grab the book again. Put the cards one side. I wanted to see if the image in the book was the same. And it is almost, I know I'm using the wrong card, but just to try and give you an idea there. So the image in the book is almost exactly the same as the actual cards themselves, which I think is quite fabulous. Right, so let's get straight into Everyday Witch and let's have a look at a couple of cards. I'm actually going to keep them down because otherwise I tend to throw them all over the place. So I love the fact that she's got her broom. I like her little cat hanging on at the back there. I don't know if you noticed that. Her arms up in joy celebration. In her face she looks quite excited and enthusiastic about life. Obviously she's about to step off. We've got the birds flying free, and we've got the still waters. So I'm absolutely loving the imagery there. Right, I don't want to spend too much time on each one because otherwise this video ends up being a 3-hour video. But this is the first time I'm seeing the cards. Truly stunning. I love that. Just look at the serenity in the face. Just look at the calmness and absolutely everything. I love that. The other thing that jumps out at me here with our 4 suits that we have is the disc is fairly small in comparison to the others. So proportionate as such, if I can put it that way. Loving all the detail. High Priestess. Oh, see, that's me. That's you and me, people. That's us. That's our tarot readers. Isn't it just gorgeous? And of course, who doesn't have a black cat or hasn't had a black cat? Oh, look at how she's holding her pregnant tummy. I love it. And the trees are full of fruit. And the animals, that kitty cat having an absolute ball. I can just see it turning over and attacking her foot as cats do. Truly gorgeous, right? Speeding it up, Rene. Emperor. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. And again, love the German Shepherd at his feet. You know, if you look at his face, he's got an interesting kind of expression, and he's like, even though I'm sitting here petting a cat and I can't move, otherwise the cat's going to attack me, I'm in charge, I'm in control, I know exactly who I am, I know where I am, I know what I'm doing. Oh, there we go. Let's get back to basics. Let's just quieten the mind and go back to basics. I love it. The lovers. Almost like mirror image of each other, even as far as the hats going in different directions and the cloaks in different directions, the colors opposite. Look at the kitty cats with the heart tail. Oh man, just absolutely gorgeous. This way and that way. Okay. Oh, look at the tongues. Like, I'm gonna lick you, I'm gonna love you, let me give you kisses. So precious. Oh, see, I could do that. Just escape to the bushes, or not the bushes, the forest. Look at the mushrooms creating step for the fairies. The little kitty cat sleeping. And just to sit there and just to be still in your mind and still in your heart. They're just too gorgeous. The Wheel of Fortune. Look at the naughty face. You can see she's got like quite an expressive naughty face, and she's saying, let me spin and see what fate awaits you. Justice. Oh, now that's an interesting one. I like this. The cat's about to fight, you know, they're still like sort of screaming at each other. She looks a little bit battered. She looks a little bit dirty, worn, disheveled. I don't know what the word is to use, but she's holding the book and she's like, I'm going to stick with this. I'm not going to falter. I'm not going to deviate. I'm going to stick with the word of the law. And the cats are saying, you know what, we're going to do what we're going to do anyway. Interesting. The Hanged Man. Yeah, he looked quite meditative, quite peaceful. How interesting. He's holding the key. The key to the lock he's got in his hands. Oh, I love that. And obviously the key to that as well. Oh, how fabulous. I love that. The Death card doesn't look so scary. And again, look at this rope. It's on its last thread. It's about to snap, but it hasn't snapped yet. That is amazing. Oh, I'm loving these. Okay, so I might have a newfound favorite. I love this one. Temperance, balance. And look at the kitty cat in the background eating a cupcake. Stolen cupcakes. It's interesting how we've got the carrots on the one side and we've got the cupcakes and the martini drink on the other side. Hey, I love that. It's truly awesome. the devils looked like this, eh? And brought ice cream and money. But they do, I suppose. And the cats are going, no, don't do it, don't do it. Look at the smug look on her face. So here we have the tower. The tower has crumbled. It's lost its flag. It's over. It's done. It's whatever. And she's looking on as if to say, I'm pretending to be innocent, but maybe I'm not so innocent. We've got the little kitty cat being afraid and scared in the corner there. The star. Yeah, she looks like somebody you could go to for help and guidance. I love the aura colors coming. I love the fish. All of that's happening there. The moon. Oh, sorry, I just noticed the little kitty cat and the big black panther. So these cards are truly, truly gorgeous, absolutely lovely. Sunflowers are my ultimate favorite. I love the Pied Piper, hey? For judgment. Hear the call, follow the call, heed the call. I love that. The world. Yeah, we all want to be that. On the beach, just chilling and relaxing, enjoying cocktails, enjoying all the good things in life. Right, so that was our major arcana. On to the minor arcana. I'm not going to waste too much time going through the minor arcana because I'm sure they're all just as awesome. So actually what I'm going to do is let's do just a very quick flip through, and if anything really exciting jumps out at us, we'll have a look at it. Oh. I say that, and with each card I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that, oh my gosh, look at that. All right. Truly, truly, truly beautiful. Oh my word, I love that card. Kitty cat. It's interesting how the swords were the first of the minor arcanas. Hey, normally they do wands or cups, but here we're like, let's just go straight into the swords. Let's deal with all the stuff that the swords are going to throw at us. There's like a bit of a Harry Potter feel happening there, hey, riding the broomstick. I love the kitty cat on the back. Safe amongst all the strong birds. We have the queen. Ready and able. It's interesting, sorry, I just noticed that she has her chair is made out of crystal. The king. Then we go into our cups. Sorry, I'm not holding these very clearly. My favorite, the Three of Cups. Crying over the spilt wine. So you can see there's a lot of common symbolism here. So it's if you are familiar with the Rider-Waite method of reading, then you would easily adapt to these. But there's just so many little interesting quirky images, and that gives you a little bit more than the usual. The kitty cat grabbing the hearts. Oh, the Queen of Cups, isn't she gorgeous? King of Cups, yeah, he's looking like he's a little bit too much wine. Maybe not so. Right, looking at the wands, the creativity and the action. I love that one. Now, that's so much more obvious holding the world in his hand, isn't it? Love it. Sure. They really are absolutely gorgeous. Right, speeding up, and getting sidetracked again. She looks a bit fearful. She really looks fearful. Oh, it's a long uphill. Kitty cat's like, I'm going to sleep. That's an interesting one. Pentacles, all about the money. Let's see what we've got. Oh, I love that. Infinity. Really are absolutely gorgeous cards. I can't wait to practice and play. Also one of my favorite cards. I love the Seven of Pentacles. That's nice. I'm making a very messy pile off camera here, but it's okay because we're gonna shuffle and draw a card. Okay, so I'm sure you'll agree with me that these cards are truly gorgeous. So now let's give them their first shuffle. Oh, they do shuffle quite nicely. There's no problems with the shuffling. They're not overly slippery. Some cards, when you first get them and you first shuffle, they seem to fly all over the place. These ones seem to be quite okay. There doesn't seem to be an issue. In saying that, I've just flipped one over. Which one did we flip over? The Queen of Cups. But that's not the card that we want as a message today, because we're going to see which one comes up. So we're going to give the cards a shuffle. We're going to ask this particular deck, the Everyday Witch Tarot, what message do you need us to know today? And I think I've given enough of a shuffle. Just going to cut the deck straight down, and the first card we get is the Six of Cups. So this card is confirming for me that this particular deck is going to be a playful deck. This is not going to be a serious deck. This is going to be a deck that I'm going to use when I want to have some fun, when I want to play, when I want simple and easy and uncomplicated. One more, just because we can. The Five of Cups. Clearly I didn't shuffle very well, because we've just had the 6 and now we get the 5. So I'm going to, because it's the Five of Cups, which is all about disappointment and sadness, I'm going to ignore it. I'm not going to take it as our message. I'm going to stick to the Six of Cups as our message, because I quite like that one. So I hope you've enjoyed the quick little flip through of my brand new Everyday Witch Tarot, and I will be using it in my online thing, so I'm sure you will see the cards soon. With love and blessings.